Let's make a fun Dollar Tree plastic Easter egg Easter wreath using just colorful Easter eggs, some greenery, a bunny, and the RustOleum Universal Matte Farmhouse White spray paint. First, you're going to want to take all of your plastic Easter eggs and open them up, and then get yourself a cardboard box. And a fun option is to get styrofoam and toothpicks and place some of your Easter eggs right on top. Now, I had a variety of Easter eggs handy, so some of them had little holes in the bottom that fit perfectly on the toothpicks, and others just needed to be put in the box. Then you're going to take the Farmhouse White RustOleum Universal Matte spray paint and give light, even strokes to each of the tops of the Easter eggs. The best place to do this is outside for as a well-ventilated area, and you can just see how easily and how smooth this spray paint goes on. Now, you may have to do a couple of different coats just to make sure that you get everything covered evenly. Now, I decided to start with a square wreath from Dollar Tree and this little bunny piece of decor. I'm going to go ahead and attach it with some floral wire in the color green to kind of match. And I just secured it really tightly so that bunny was not going to come off and go anywhere. It's so stinking cute on the corner of this wreath. The next step is, of course, taking off the price tag. Grab yourself some zip ties and some faux boxwood greenery. Now, you could use any type of greenery here. I just had this faux boxwood from a thrift store find, and I attached it with the zip ties. I used black zip ties to kind of try to hide the zip ties on the wreath frame. I just continued this method all the way around the frame just to kind of get us started. And that's the bundle that came from the thrift store. It actually came in super duper handy, but you can find those bundles of faux greenery just about anywhere. Once I had the base down, I added some Dollar Tree bows. Now, these are just little simple zip tie bows, really easy to make. You just put a zip tie through the middle of the ribbon, and bada bing, bada boom, you have the cutest little bow ever. Trim your zip tie off the back, trim the edge of your bow. I just made simple angles. You can do dog ears if you want. And then I decided to glue those onto my finished dried Easter eggs. They are so cute, but this brought them up such a level. I'm loving how this actually turns out because I ended up adding this gingham kind of forest green to match the greenery bow to each Easter egg. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to add in just a minute to make it even cuter. All right, so I went ahead and did this to all of my larger Easter eggs. And I forgot to mention, you can use any size Easter eggs. I liked the idea of using large, medium, and small Easter eggs for this particular wreath idea. Now, after I got the bows on here, I decided to arrange them onto the frame, and ultimately I used hot glue to adhere them to the frame. Now, this part was a little tricky. I'm going to give you a tip in a second, but definitely take your time, make sure they're where you want them, and add the bead of hot glue to the wire of the wreath frame. So here it is. I flipped it over. It was much easier to ultimately glue the Easter eggs from behind, and just be patient with the process and let the glue do its job as you go. And just be generous with that hot glue. Use as much of it as you feel like you need to. Then I just continued around the rest of the frame, tucking little Easter eggs here and there around the square. I didn't add the bow to the smaller Easter eggs. I felt like that would have been a little bit too much, a little too busy for this wreath. But the large ones I call them the anchor eggs on each corner, did get the really, really cute bow. Then I decided to go around the rest of the frame and add more boxwood, and I just used it as a filler to fill in any gaps where any of the frame was still showing. This was so easy to do with the little zip ties, and I just used a wire cutter to trim the zip ties off as I added them to the frame. I just used my heat gun, my heat tool real quick, just to kind of get a little bit of the hot glue strings out from between the Easter eggs, because those really bother me. I don't know why, but I didn't want them on there. So that's just a quick and easy way to kind of dust them out of your way. And I decided to put a little bit of greenery on the edges as well, just really filled in the wreath so it looks like a boxwood wreath in the square shape. So if you wanted to start with that, you could, but this was a much more cost-effective way to create this wreath, was just to DIY it. I'm loving the look of these Easter eggs in this Farmhouse White color. So pretty. To finish off the Easter eggs, like I mentioned before, I did decide to add little vintage creamy white buttons. So you can see me just hot gluing them there to the center of the bows. And I really feel like this took it up a notch and made it really, really cute. Once I had a wreath how I wanted it, I added the gingham string to hang it on my front door, and it turned out so adorable. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to hit the like button. If you like videos like these, be sure to subscribe to my channel as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.